残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になれ。
What's going on, everybody? It's TardmusMaximus, and I picked up Red Dead Redemption 2, as I figure most of you did. I've been playing for a couple days now, put a little time into it, and I'm doing a mission here where this guy owed me money. It's a debt collector mission where you act as a loan shark, and he was not particularly nice about it. He said he was going to keep the money, and he ran off, and he was a bit of a jerk. He called me an old man, and I didn't really take it kindly, so I've just decided that I'm going to leave him hog-tied up where I found him, or where I found the money. Decided to keep him until I found the money, and now I just sort of decided I'm going to leave him here. And past this point, I decided to do a little exploration, because I think I saw a house down the way, right down there.
Ain't no one gonna help me?
And I wanted to check it out, see if anyone lived there. Just kind of get a little peace of mind to wonder if someone would come free him or not.
Mind yourself.
So I'll show you what I found down in this house here. For anyone that wants to find it, it's just right down the hill from the tree when you do that debt collector mission. I think that guy's name was like Chick Matthews. And rolling up, I can kind of immediately see it's abandoned. So I decided I'll go in here and loot it, see if I can find anything good. And kind of see what's going on here. As soon as I enter, it gets incredibly spooky. You can see I just sort of stopped because I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? I immediately noticed like the skeleton at the desk and all the other ones laying in the bed. And my first thoughts here are really that, like, it looks like a cult situation. It looks like they all may have killed themselves. You can see there's like some vials of stuff around here, so it's like maybe they drank something. It's very weird. It's like a green glowing light, kind of some ominous music. I just kind of searched around the cabin for a bit, see if I could find anything, and I actually missed about like 2 things when I first came in here. I come back in a second here because I had a bit of an idea. So when I walked out of here, the sinister music sort of disappear, and there's another sort of sound effect, and I actually saw something there at the trees. I'll put a little replay and see if you guys can catch it. Look at the tree line in front of me. That shadow goes straight up. I have an idea as to what that is. I could be wrong. Could have just been a shadow naturally occurring in the game, but I'm going to get to my theory in a minute. I decided, I had a little idea that I had to fill out real quick. So I decided to grab this guy since he was not very nice, and instead of leaving him by a pleasant tree to die, I just thought I'd shove him in the scary cabin with the skeletons until either someone saves him or he himself becomes a skeleton. And when I walk in here, I think this is about where I noticed something that I missed, which is the shoes that the skeletons are wearing. And I'll tell you why that is significant. So I went into first person here to give everyone a better look. You can see that all of the skeletons are wearing the same shoes, and they're very unique looking. Also, some of them, like these ones, are, like especially that one on the left, his face was covered with the blanket, and I immediately made a connection in my head that that is a reference to the Heaven's Gate cult, which everything kind of started falling into place here because actually my fiance was in here looking at it too, and she noticed this letter here. And so when I picked up the letter and read it, of course it says this. I'm not going to read it all out loud. You all may have time to read it, but basically it's talking about how they all killed themselves because they believed there was a spaceship behind a comet that was flying in the sky, and that when they died they would be transported to this comet, or to the spaceship if they were faithful. And that is exactly what the Heaven's Gate cult did, and that's what they believed. They all ate poisoned applesauce. It had some sort of drug in it. I don't know if it was like fentanyl or something like that. You can look it up. And they put it in their applesauce and in pudding, and they ate it and died. And as I look around, what I first noticed was the sneakers and the blanket, because there's a famous image, which I'm not going to show here, of the Heaven's Gate cult. They all had these like specific white Nikes, I believe they were. I think they were either Nikes or Jordans. I'm pretty sure they were Nikes. And they all wore the same one. They're fairly rare now, and there's these just famous images of them being like wheeled out, or like crime scene photos of them under blankets with their faces covered and the Nikes sticking out, which is how you see most of the skeletons in here. So they actually believed that when they went to the spaceship, that in 1,000 or 2,000 or 10,000, however many years, they would come back. Everyone that died in this would go to the spaceship, and you know, it would be great, and then they would return for the faithful. So they actually had the Heaven's Gate away team, who were the ones who poisoned themselves, and they had a couple people stay behind that still maintain this website to recruit people to this day. The website hasn't changed since like the 90s, I think early 90s when it happened. And if you're interested in learning about them, you can just Google them. I think it's a pretty interesting thing. It's good to have knowledge of, you know, cults, so obviously you can avoid joining one by mistake. And if you're looking for something good to watch on it, you should head over to the H3H3 podcast, that channel, because they actually had their Ian the intern did research on Heaven's Gate and was actually emailing back and forth frequently with I think 2 of the surviving members of Heaven's Gate that were, you know, supposed to stay here and maintain it. And it's very interesting, that it's very surreal that he is talking to the members of this cult, and he asks them how they feel about a lot of pop culture references. I would really be interested to see how they feel about this. So that could definitely be something cool to find out if they know, you know, I'm sure they're not going to play this game, but if they found out about this reference, how would they look at it? Okay, like I said, I was going to get back to what I saw in the trees, and after getting that information and confirming that this was a reference to Heaven's Gate, I kind of have a bit of a theory about it. And because another supporting thing is that you notice that it's green, there's a light source above me, and I'm kind of kicking myself because I didn't look up at any point when I walk out of the cabin or when I'm in the cabin. But when you come back to it every time since, there hasn't been a light source, and it wasn't playing the ominous music. It seemed to be just a one-time thing. I didn't know if there was a curse going on or what it was when I first walked in. I didn't really think about it. I definitely didn't think to look up. But my theory is that that's the UFO that they are supposed to be transported to. Be a little bit weird considering they've obviously been dead for quite some time, but I definitely think it is, with the light being gone. You hear the noise right about there. You hear a noise like it's lifting up, and you see the shadow on the trees. I'll play that again without talking so you guys can hear the noise. Oh yeah, that is about all I have to say on it. I definitely think that that was a UFO. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you think I'm right there. If you guys haven't played through that yet, I would definitely recommend looking up and seeing if maybe you can confirm that for me. And let me know how you guys are enjoying the game, because I know I've had a lot of fun with it, and I can't wait until multiplayer comes out so we can gang up online and definitely play some poker. I've been having a lot of fun playing that in here, which I normally don't like, but playing it in Red Dead has been a lot more fun than just playing it normally. So if you guys found any other Easter eggs, you know, feel free to tell me and I'll go try to check them out. And let me know if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next video. I'm not sure what I'll do next, but I'll see you then.